it's me again, and today I have a new drawing stack for you guys. I haven't actually chosen a title for it yet, but I will before the video comes out, so it's probably gonna be something about my characters because I got tons of original characters in this stack. So let's begin. I gotta turn this around. Alright, so this is when I started conserving paper. I put two characters on the same sheet. This first one, we got Crichton Jamaralton from a story I probably would not continue, but I probably should because it's just in there unfinished. And so he's one of the main characters. I still got tons of ideas for that story, it's just I didn't finish it. And on the other side we got Donna. She's just a random character from Fairwood. She looks like she has blonde hair kind of, but it's actually orange depending on the lighting. Okay, now that the camera's focused you can tell it's orange. So she's from my story A Summer of Missing Princesses, but she's only a minor character, but I decided to draw her anyways. Yeah, and he's from The Adventures of Crichton Jamaralton, which is partially on Inkitt if you want to read the what little bit I have of it. Yeah, when I'm done with this video, and I'll put in the description how to find the stories. So this is Eugene. He is a page at in Snivelon Kingdom. He's got huge ears. He also kind of looks like one of my other characters named Thorn, but they're not related at all. And next, well actually Eugene is from the Forgotten World 2. And next is Daryl. He's not in a story yet. He's from a dream I had. He's the cousin of another character of mine. And he starts off as a good guy, but well, things happen. Here is Cerebelle from Cherry and Amora. Another story I didn't finish. As you can see, she's not in very good shape. If I ever finish that story, you'll see why. Also, a lot of these pictures have probably made their way into other videos by now, so yeah, this is kind of like a refresher. Here's Darcy, also from the Forgotten World 2. She's pretty much my only pink-nosed wolf. Also, she has a heart-shaped patch on her chest. This is Kate Hyrule, one of my characters. She's my fanfiction Zelda's child. And she's a baby in that story. I didn't even finish that. It was called something like Princess Protector or something. And next to her is Cyclone's head. Hi, Cyclone. Next to her is Masami Water. I was trying the new pose. It didn't really turn out that well. This is one of Lillian and Waterboy's children. She's a little bit older in this picture. I was also working on shading. I didn't do that good on the shading either. I tried. I'm getting better, I think. So yeah. Oh, Cyclone went bye-bye. Okay, so this is supposed to be Laura Skitty from my fanfiction To My Dianas, and she has this problem where she gets too excited and she randomly shoots off little spores. They're sleep spores, so anyone who touches them will fall asleep. She does not do this intentionally. So I kind of made her a bit more yellow because I didn't want to draw just a regular Skitty. And instead of light pink, I used the red violet. And next to her is Mrs. Fabian, the mother of Dorothy Fabian from the Forgotten World and the Forgotten World 2. She's concerned in this picture. This is probably from the first book. She's a nice lady. And then we got Timbersmith towards the end of the book, Legend of the Wolf Girl 2. You can tell because she's all torn up and beat up. This was after her fight with Pierce, a longtime rival of the family. And then I turned the page side, and here's Barca, one of my gray foxes. Well, originally they weren't going to be gray foxes, but I drew one as a gray fox, and I was like, okay, they're all gray foxes now. So there we go. I had a little bit of fun with the coloration here. This is the mother, by the way. On the other side, we got Tingle from my video where I drew Tingle in my style. So there he is with his big balloon coming from his underpants. And he's holding a map for you, but it will cost you a lot of rupees. And then there's this uncanny Steve Rogers from drawing Steve Rogers in my style. He's so uncanny. I don't know. I think I tried a little too hard. And so it just didn't turn out very good. I mean, it's decent. No one really liked that video anyways. And here is Olive, and she's got her son Sidon. This is also from the Forgotten World 2. Little tiny purple puppy. And on the other side we got Cerebelle with her daughter Annabelle. Very happy pony. She loves her little daughter. Cerebelle is from a story called Pondering Roses, which I haven't finished. And Annabelle is most notably in Legend of the Wolf Girl, which I'm trying to edit for publishing. Baby pony. And then we got Timber Orchentrea with her two children. That is Timber Johnson and Lillian Johnson. And she's exhausted, which is reasonable. And Queen Vanessa and one of her daughters. I don't know which one, I didn't specify, but she's got one of her daughters. That was when they were a baby. She's got 7 daughters, by the way. She's from The Vampire Princess and also A Summer of Missing Princesses. So, yeah, she's a green bat. All her children are green, and so is her husband. On the other side, we got a red fox from my How to Draw a Fox video. That was inspired by the other fox drawing I had that was seemingly very popular. Though this one's not exactly the same, I changed things up a bit. But it's similar. Then there's Gerald Stevens from Torture Troop. And he's also going to be in Torture Troop 2. I say 2, but it might not be number 2 because there might be prequels. For all we know, it could be like number 5. So So Gerald Stevens is one of the more reasonable of the trio of friends. And he's like, that's not a good idea. He's got his own story arc in the next book to write. And Sandra, the fox girl. And I don't know what she's making a fuss about in this picture, but she's upset, I think. She's got a brown hoodie. She likes hoodies. Here is Stephen. He is the brother of Fraser Mccormack. Well, Fraser is his adopted brother. And he's kind of like Fraser, except he's terrified of pretty much everything. Like another character of mine named Christopher. So he was supposed to be Fraser, but in that timeline he's Stephen. So then they just went and got a new Fraser. That's from the story called Fraser Mccormack. Next is Rufus from Barkley and Bentley 2. I didn't finish that one. He's a big, puffy red dog. He's supposed to be a Chow Chow. And he's got anger issues, so it's best not to bug him. Alright, so next we have Anathy Wash. He is from Superpowered Uprising. It's not that popular of a story. I put it on Booksie, I think, or Inkitt, one of those two, or maybe both. And he had long dreadlocks, but they got cut off constantly until he decided to finally be a good guy. And they're like, okay, we'll stop cutting your hair off now. That was his only reason for turning into a good guy, was because they wouldn't stop cutting his hair off. He's still a little grouchy about that. And then there's Lunjo, one of the gray foxes. This is one of the sons. See how he looks similar to his mom, but not quite the same. There's some variants in there. Well, obviously, because they're not all the same exact character. And here is one form of Fraser Mccormick. I drew him multiple times because I forgot what he looked like and I couldn't find the other piece of paper that had him on it. So this is one of them. And it's not quite the best version, and he looks like Thorn. I don't know why. Every time I make that kind of face, it looks like Thorn. Well, this time he's not even like elf-like either. Yeah, so Fraser Mccormick is from a flooded version of Mycano. So there's pretty much just the mountains left. And the mountains don't even look like mountains anymore. Here is Slick Car from Barkley and Bentley 2. He's a boxer, and he has 4 prosthetic limbs because he had to get all 4 limbs amputated because he got hit by a car. And he's not very happy about that. But at least he's like part robot. On the other side, I got my Houndour from the How to Draw a Houndour video. That one was pretty popular, I think. I had fun with this one. The coloration, it wasn't that difficult either. I kind of made it a little fat on accident, but whatever. The shading's a little weird. And then there's Blue Bomb, who is Malcolm McNeil's cat. Yeah, Malcolm McNeil gets a cat in one of the books. That was the magic drink. And this cat is aggressive and also loves to eat. That's why he's round like that. He attacks everyone except for Malcolm. On their side, we got Ace Brookfield. He's a pretty nice guy. He's from the story The Rejected, which is about an angel. He's one of Aminaki's friends. Amanaki is the angel. He's pretty chill. Got a nice sweatshirt. Alright, anyhow. Mr. Harvest, one of Amanaki's teachers. He teaches English social studies for 5th grade. He's got like this faux hawk going on. He's pretty nice, but for some reason Amanaki doesn't like him. There's Thunderstrike, little excitable rat boy. He gets so excited that he just shoots electricity everywhere. And in this picture, his hands are looking a little burnt. I think he may have just electrocuted something. Like, maybe this is his face after accidentally shutting down all the power by shocking it. And here is from my video about blazing timber. This was how I started it off. This was the concept art, if you want to call it that, where I drew completely based on the model. And then I drew it again on my own, based on the model's picture, that is. And then I colored it in to test out the coloration and shading. Also, Blazing Timber has her very own song, which was present in that video. I didn't put her entire body on the paper because the notebook that I drew them in, well, not notebook, sketchbook, was smaller than the paper that I originally drew her on. So this is the full view. And we got Mrs. Lavoie. That is the mother of Amanaki. And she's shocked by something. Probably her son's behavior. He's kind of naughty sometimes. I guess because he's a little kid. And here's Apple Green, another mother character of mine. She is the mother of Parrot Flight, the little derp. And she's supposed to have an apple on her forehead, but it looks like a hot pepper. And her face is all orange. So she's a cat. And here's Olive in her humanoid form. This is when she was pregnant with Sidon. Yep. And next to her we have Fire, a fairy, a very spicy hot fairy in personality. Don't actually eat her. She glows very bright red, and you can see her from miles away because she's so brilliant. And here is Mellow Ash from the same story that the Grey Foxes are in. He's one of the knights of the castle. Not to be confused with a similar knight named Asher Malin. I did some design on that armor. Tried out a little something new. And here's another picture of Masami water. Can't get too much of Masami, huh? Here's her confident pose. That confident little smirk on her face. Just like her mother. I bet she's up to no good as well. She's a bit younger in this picture than the last one I showed. So, yeah. Alright, here is my Pikachu from my How to Draw a Pikachu video. Pikachu's kind of slanted here. I mentioned that when I was drawing it, I accidentally drew it slanted. Also, one of those eyes is smaller than the other. But it's a Pikachu. He's a Pikachu. You can tell it's a boy based on the tail. Okay, here are some teachers from my story, The Time of Shadows. This is Odell Toft. He's got a little bit of paint in his hair. His hair is usually completely white. And Odell Toft is the pottery teacher. He teaches the art of pottery. But sometimes the pots, they don't turn out very well. And they just need to be thrown out. And sometimes when painting, the paint gets in his hair. Next to him is a co-worker, Paulina Trevis. She teaches the art of acting. She's all dressed up and ready for her next part in a play. She's got like golden eyes, kind of. And then we're down to the last two photos, not photos, drawings. We got Selima from A Summer of Missing Princesses. And Selima is all dressed up in her magical armor, ready for a nice long adventure. I'm finally getting closer to finishing that one after all these years. So yeah, she's not only the main character, she's the narrator, and I pretend she's the writer of the book. And then there's Fastfoot. A slightly older character of mine. I think I've drawn her maybe once before. She likes to race. I know I've drawn her brother. She's got goggles to protect her eyes because she goes really fast. Also, that's a nice tank top. Anyway, that is all the pictures, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. Let me know in the comments which picture you like the best. And anyways, subscribe to the channel. Bye.